Wow. What a terrible weekend for Real Madrid. Barcelona could have went 6 points clear of Real Madrid. I'm pretty sure it would have been 6. But they tied to Real Betis and completely messed up and spoiled what could have been just an awesome weekend for Barcelona going into Champions League football. It was a horrific weekend for Real Madrid. And I think after the Barca result, it gets even more horrific because the fact that Barcelona dropped points is something that hasn't been normal in 2025. Barca hasn't really dropped many points, right? Especially lately. And for them to finally drop points against a really good Real Betis over the last few games, you really had an opportunity to kind of close that gap. And now I mean, even with the 4-point gap, I think it is now. I just don't see how Real Madrid wins La Liga. I don't see it. Maybe it happens. Maybe we see Barcelona. Do I think Barcelona's going to go undefeated the rest of La Liga? I mean, look, they haven't lost a game in 2025. I don't know what's going to happen. I truly believe right now, as it stands, Barcelona has the best press in Europe. What do I mean? I mean, they don't let teams breathe. They don't let players have time to think what to do with the ball. Like, the amount of times that Real Betis could have played the ball forward and the wingers could have been through for maybe a counterattack goal is a bunch. The problem is the midfielders don't have enough time to see it, enough time to react to it, enough time to do anything. They literally get the ball and 2 seconds later, there's a player right on top of them, right? And within that split second, you need to make this decision of where you want to put the ball, and you got to put a good ball on top of it. It's very, very hard. And this, lads, was, in my opinion, one of Barcelona's worst performances in 2025. This was terrible. It was a terrible game from Barca. And more importantly, it was the first time in a long time that I could tell you Lamine Yamal just looked off. And that's why I said it to you guys, and I'll say it again. I'm not saying Lamine Yamal is this and that and that and this and this and this, but if Barcelona went to win everything, if Barcelona won La Liga, if Barcelona won the Copa del Rey, and if Barcelona won the Champions League, people are going to be saying Rafinha should win the Ballon d'Or. And I think it should be Lamine Yamal. I think it should be Lamine Yamal. I said this in my last video, and I'll say it again. When Lamine Yamal is on, Barcelona's unstoppable. He literally helped Spain win the Euro. And now if they were to win everything, if Barcelona were to win everything, how can you argue the two? When Rafinha goes and plays for Brazil, Brazil just look a mess. You guys saw Brazil versus Argentina. And then when Lamine Yamal goes and plays for Spain, they cook. So in my opinion, the main guy cooking for Barca and the main guy taking them forward, the stats might be for Rafinha. The stats and the goals and assists, it might look like on paper, but when you really sit down and watch a game, if Lamine Yamal is on, Barca's on. If Lamine Yamal is off, Barca's off. So it really comes down to how you judge football, right? Is it all goals and assists, or is it players that are impactful, right? Because if you take that into account, what we saw last year, right? We had a Vinny that everyone thought was going to win the Ballon d'Or because of his stats. But the most impactful player, they said, was Rodri. And Rodri won the Ballon d'Or because of his impact. When you talk about impact on teams, I believe Lamine Yamal is having the biggest impact on his national team and on his club team. And today showed it. He was off. He wasn't playing well. Guess what happened? Barca lost points. He couldn't get skill moves to work. He couldn't get shots to go his way. He couldn't get nothing to go his way. Even his passing, everything was off today for him. And we saw a Barca drop points because of it, you know? So in my opinion, I just think people need to really understand what this kid is doing because it's not normal to win a Euro at that age. It's not normal for you to be low-key in a way carrying your club and not just any club, right? Barcelona. You know what I mean? Like, that's insane. But to change gears real quick, I know y'all want me to speak on Real Madrid, and I slept. I woke up late today, bro. We were me and my wife were up last night late. We were watching TV shows. And I woke up late, and when I woke up, I saw the result. And I thought to myself, you know what? I should go watch the highlights. And then I thought to myself, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm not going to watch the highlights because I can guarantee you I know exactly why they lost. Because they can't finish. They give away possession too easily. I I guarantee you at some point, Vinny probably yelled at the ref. And I guarantee you that the midfield got ran through and the back line was in shambles. I guarantee something like that happened because that's every single game. I've been saying this for months, for weeks. They get bailed out by an individual performance. Somebody steps up, whether it's Mbappe, whether it's Vinny, whether it's Jude, somebody steps up. But as a collective, as a team, they don't look good. And if they play the way they've been playing against Arsenal, they're going to get kicked out the Champions League. Ancelotti needs to fix it big time. I put out a post on social media the other day where I truly believe I would love to see Mbappe on the left, and I would love to see Endrick at striker. And I would love to see Rodrigo on the right. And I know a lot of people say, oh, you get Vinny out? That's crazy. Vinny scored today. And maybe Vinny was the most likely looking player today. I didn't watch the game. It's just what I would like to see if it gives balance. Real Madrid is not balanced. They're just not balanced, bro. They don't have a balanced team. In my opinion, when I watch them play, like I said, it's an individual, the performance that wins it. I would love to see Mbappe just one game on the left, his natural position, and allow Endrick to be at the striker position to see what would happen when you have a number 9 and a left wing, and Mbappe on the left wing. I'm not saying do it every game. I'm just saying every now and again. I would personally love to see it. I think it would bring a very, very different dynamic to this Real Madrid team. Again, I'm not saying to sell Vinicius Jr. I'm not saying to drop Vinicius Jr. I'm just saying for a game or two throughout the season, I would have loved to see it recently, especially with when Endrick looks all right, man. Endrick looks like a very good player. You know what I mean? So again, I get it. It's Vinny, it's Rodrigo, it's Jude Bellingham, it's Mbappe. It's hard to drop any of them. I fully agree with that. But it's something that I personally would like to see going forward at Real Madrid. Do I think La Liga's over? I do think La Liga's over. I do think La Liga's over. And it sucks to say that because, like I said, I always prefer watching Madrid, but I watch football for football. I don't watch it in a way where I'm like, oh I only see this color. No, man, I see football for what it is. And when I look at this right now, you got Bilbao coming up. You got a Copa del Rey against Barca. You got Celta Vigo, and you got Barca again. The only way I can see La Liga going to Madrid, this is me being honest with y'all, is if Real Madrid win the next 3 games in La Liga, and when they get the Copa del Rey on April 26th, they annihilate Barcelona and completely destroy their confidence. Like, beat them to a point where, like, just smack them up, right? Beat them like 4-1 and destroy their confidence, and then be able to beat them again in the next El Clasico and hope they tie a game somewhere. That's the only way I see them winning the La Liga. They would legitimately have to step onto the field in the Copa del Rey and smash Barcelona to ruin their confidence, right? Because this team's too confident. This team presses too well. They're way too organized as a team. Flick's job that he's done, manager of the year. I've said it over and over. I just don't see another way. And Madrid doesn't have easy games. Real Sociedad, Sevilla, Atletico Bilbao, you got Arsenal in the mix in there, and you got Barcelona twice in this schedule. I mean, that's not easy games. Obviously, Barca has Madrid as well, but it's not easy games. Then you look at Barcelona and Barcelona's games, I don't know. I don't really see much. Celta Vigo, I just don't see games that Villarreal, but that's at home. You got Bilbao, the last game away. That could be tough if Madrid beats you in El Clasico and you have to go to Atletico Bilbao. Yeah, that could get a little bit tough. That could be a game where you drop points. But you know, we have to see if Madrid can even go undefeated from now until can this Real Madrid team go undefeated the rest of the year? I don't know. I truly don't think they have it in them. I just don't think they have it in them. So I don't see how you come back from 4 points, right? Because I just don't see them having an undefeated streak in them. They're 4 points right now. The goal differences for Barcelona, the goals against differences for Barcelona. Everything is for Barcelona, bro. Everything is for Barcelona. But again, you beat Barcelona in El Clasico and they tie a game somewhere, and you got La Liga. You got La Liga. You won. If you would have won today and they were tie points, would you been like 1 point, 2 points, something like that? You had it. But Real Madrid just keep beating themselves. And then when it's time to play Barcelona in El Clasico, they get beat by them too. So you're beating yourself and then you're losing at Barca. It's just a recipe for disaster. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. I don't really got to say much more. Barcelona were not good today, but at least they got a point from it, which keeps them 4 points, so that their gap got bigger, right? And for Madrid, it's just disastrous, man. Embarrassing. I don't know what else to say.